One-time good friends and gambling buddies. Now one is testifying against the other in the Cuyahoga County corruption trial. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leon Bibb. Today, former County Auditor Frank Russo continues his testimony in the Jimmy Dimora trial. News Channel 5's Paul Kiska joins us live from outside the Akron Federal Courthouse, where the court case is going on. Paul, good afternoon. What can you tell us?
Well, good afternoon, Leon. You know, this federal racketeering trial being held here in Akron now is 5 weeks long, 6 weeks long if you count jury selection. So today, perhaps for the first time, some courtroom laughter, to break the tension in this courtroom. Now, here's what happened. Frank Russo was on the witness stand testifying. They had a short break. The usually unflappable federal judge Sarah Leoy came back from that short break, and she told the courtroom, quote, "Mr. Russo, you can continue with cross-examination of the witness." Now, of course, Russo was the witness on the stand, can't question himself. A slip that did cause some courtroom laughter. We haven't seen a lot of that. But back to serious testimony. Earlier this morning, Russo testified about receiving more than $1 million in kickbacks. He said he gave political allies tax breaks. He talked about July 28th, 2008. You got to hear this. That's the day the FBI raided Russo's Mayfield Heights home. Russo said he tried to give the FBI agents that day his attorney's card so they would leave. It didn't work, he said. So as he sat on his porch with the FBI agents swarming through his house, searching it with the search warrants, Russo said he planned to try and keep the raid quiet. Then he heard news helicopters flying over his house, and that's when he said, quote, "For the rest of the day, I just sat there in shock." And then Russo went on to testify, saying that if it weren't for the FBI raids and their investigation, he says the corruption, the kickbacks, they would have gone on and on as long as they could have gotten away with it. We'll have much more from Frank Russo's star witness testimony for the federal prosecution against defendant Jimmy Dimora coming up at News Channel 5 at 5 and 6. Live from Akron, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.
Paul, he is the witness that so many people have been waiting to hear because of his close association with Jimmy Dimora. You would agree with that they've been waiting a long time to hear Russo.
Well, that's right, Leon. You know, we've said over and over there's been several key witnesses in this federal racketeering trial. There's been only one star witness, and that's been Frank Russo all along. He faces up to 22 years in prison himself on 24 counts, but he's coughing up all the information for the prosecution right now. At one point, he did say in the courtroom this morning, he looked over toward Jimmy. He said, "This is difficult for me to do," talking about testifying against Jimmy Dimora.
Two former friends. Many thanks, Paul Kiska, handling the story for us from Akron Federal Court. We appreciate it. We'll look for your reports later on throughout the day. You can count on News Channel 5 to bring you updates on the Dimora trial, on air, online at newsnet5.com, or you can get the newest information on your smartphone by downloading our app.